All right, what's up? What's up, YouTube? So I had a Patreon supporter hit me up and asked me what was my opinion on a couple of different albums that have dropped recently. So I kind of thought about it. I was about to tell him in the DMs my opinion, but instead I was like, you know what? Let me just make a video of it. Maybe see if anybody else may have thought the same thing, or maybe notice anything different, or maybe even they want to put a tape or put a album up up here for an example of something I should listen to. So these are the four that I got going on right now. So I have this D Savage BPL. I have Yeet, Up to Me, Another Activist, Unoverse 3, That was Been Funny, Forever Figeroa. So I'm gonna go over all three of these, and I kind of been listening to these for since they've dropped. So the first one that kind of popped up when somebody asked me for my opinion was this one, the D Savage. So I started listening to this one. So I think when I hear D Savage's music, I think he's really good at making like hit songs, like songs that you could play on the radio, something that you could actually like you could hear, you consistently hear on the radio. I think he's kind of slept on and kind of got the short end of the stick in some situations. I think D Savage definitely needs a little bit more attention and some more props to in my opinion, for the talent that he actually has. Honestly, I can't remember off the top of my head which songs that I really liked. Because, like I said, I've been listening to all these throughout the week, and well, not the week, but the last couple of weeks, and I've just moved from listening to one for a couple of days to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. But I remember what I liked about them, what I didn't like, and I know which one I feel like out of all three of these is the better of the or four, excuse me. Out of all four of these, which one is the better of the one? So this one here, I do remember I did like Runts a lot. I know I like that one a lot, and I think Don't Go. I think Bet was another one. I don't know if I should play the songs because I don't want to get copyright stuff or anything like that. But there was a good little bit of songs that I liked on here as well. So with this one, I think he makes a lot of radio hit type of songs. He has that type of capability. That's why I really like D Savage. He has the capability of putting something on the radio. So the next one that I kind of listened to after that was this Yeet album. So with Yeet, um, I didn't really listen to much of his songs beforehand. Before hearing this one a whole lot. I had heard about him. I had hit him up several times to like kind of get some music going. I sent him some beats. We talked back and forth a little bit. He has a little bit of a different style. It's kind of hard for me to match his style for the beats that I make. But maybe later on, sometime in the future, we can probably figure out something. We'll see. I do like his music quite a bit. He's definitely an interesting artist. So I remember when I was listening to a lot of these. Um, the style of his music is very different. So I like the fact that he's kind of um like kind of really like well he's extremely melodic. Like all of his songs are melodic. Like he harmonizes with all of the like every single song he harmonizes. Like he's good at doing that. I do like that. Some of the things that I dislike about this particular album is the simple fact that sometimes it's hard to understand what he's saying. To be honest with you, like I don't even know what's being said. Like it's like some headbanger type music, but there's sometimes I'm just like I have no clue what was just said. But yeah, it was hard, you know what I'm saying. But it was like I have no idea what was said. Like I could re-listen to it over and over and over again, and I still cannot catch it or figure it out. Um, Another thing that I kind of dislike about it is the fact about the whole like the extreme drug use in all of his songs. Like that's all the songs are about is extreme drug use. Uh, I mean, do your thing, do what you do. I guess whatever. I mean, personally, I wouldn't. I don't do that type of stuff. I wouldn't suggest that you do it at all either. But I just, just not my thing. Another thing that I kind of dislike about this album was the length of it. It's kind of long. I feel like it should have been like two separate tapes, like a part one, part two, or like just two different tapes. But overall, this was a really good tape. I actually really like this tape. I like quite a bit of these songs. I know Yaya was one that I liked a lot. Fax was another one. Uh, let's see. I think Get Busy. There's quite a bit. There's a good bit because there's so many to pick from out of the whole album, but it was just kind of long. Another thing to add to D Savage though is uh D Savage's tape was good, but it wasn't as memorable. Like I don't remember as much about it. It was pretty good. It was a decent length. I think it still could have been a little bit shortened, but it was. But most of these songs would sound like all like summer type songs, radio hit type songs, songs like that. All right, so let's see. Now, if I move on to the third one, so it's Uno the Activist, Unoverse 3, right? So personally, I thought this one was pretty good. It wasn't that bad, but it also wasn't that great in my opinion. I think it was kind of like an type album. Honestly, it was pretty decent. Like the only thing is, I sometimes I don't. I'm tired of like the baby voice type rap and the like squeaky like high pitch. Like I'm tired of that type of rapping. That's getting kind of played out. I mean, it's not. This definitely wasn't a bad album or anything like that. It's just something that it's getting kind of repetitive to me to a certain degree, and kind of like even the songs are kind of repetitive, just like 1 2 3 ABC 1 2 3 type of hooks or different things like that. Now, a couple songs that I definitely really liked on this album though, like I'm not like this. There was a couple of decent songs on here that I like. I definitely like Weak Hoes. I like that one a lot. I played that one quite a bit. I'm still playing that. What else? Soldier Soul isn't that bad either. I like that one. Make It Make Sense isn't bad, but that's one of those repetitive ones. But that's why it's so short. You see what I mean? I think I talked about that in one of my videos, making it like that on purpose. Because he was one of those artists that I noticed did that was making their songs short on purpose, but make them kind of repetitive, so you'd want to listen to it over and over and over again. I think Riding Around was one of them. I'd have to go through my phone and look at my playlist. I like I said, I would play them, but I don't want to get a copyright infringement or anything like that. So, because I know them better if I can just hear them and be like, yeah, that's the song I like. I like this one a lot. Because I don't, I'll just be driving in the car and I'll just hit next, 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 and just play it. I won't even pay attention to the actual, song. When I was first listening to them, I had them like listed in my mind mentally, like, okay, there's this many songs. I like this many because I added this many to my playlist. All right, boom. If that was a graded rating, this is what it would be. So if I did that, I would probably give this. I'll do that at the end. I'll give this a grade rating at the end. I'll grade each one of these at the end. Excuse me. I'll give a grade of these at the end. All right, so yeah, so the Uno song or the Uno tape, it was straight. It wasn't bad. Um, it was kind of some songs were hit or miss. I think some of the songs were kind of repetitive. He definitely had a pretty good beat selection. I definitely will give him that. I like this one quite a bit too as well. There's a decent amount of songs on there that I liked as well. So this one I just kind of just randomly popped up on. This is Fonny Figueroa's Forever Figueroa, right? So this is Thousand Band Fonny's tape. I actually just popped up on this because I happened to just was getting ready to make this video, and I was going to only do these three, and I was like, well, let's see if Fonny dropped something recently because I know he's notorious for dropping something and even on doing it on other pages and whatnot. So I went to Apple Music and I looked these artists up. So that's another thing. I always listen to all these artists on their Apple Music so I can support them because it's no disrespect or it's no hate. I've worked with all of these artists. Some of these I've met. Some of them I've talked over the phone, text back and forth, can still communicate with or can get in communication with. So it's not like I'm hating on them or anything like that. It's just my honest opinion. It's just things that I've noticed over the time and what I kind of pick up on these songs. Now this one here, this one, Fonny Figueroa. So all right, so this one I just randomly popped up on. I didn't even know it dropped, but it was like December 17th or something like that. Anyway, So I went through it here recently. There's quite a bit of songs on here that I like. I liked this BB because this one had LC Levi. Shout out LC Levi. I definitely am a fan of LC Levi. Off the Light was pretty good. First Degree was definitely good. Big Santana. That one was actually in my no wait, was it Big Santana? Yeah, Big Santana is actually one of my favorite ones. That one's because it looks like it's a long song, but it's actually short. Better and Better was pretty good too. So the thing that I like about Fonny's tape was, and he tends to do this with all his albums. He makes albums that on the tape or the album itself, there's songs that are like hit songs that you could hear on the radio like that, like their radio play songs. And then there's songs that are like that mixtape type of songs. Like he's one of those artists that will always make sure I'm going to give you that raw mixtape, underground, the whatever the sound that you like before I got to this mainstream sound. I've always liked that about Fonny. So with this one in particular, one thing that I noticed is that he kind of switched up his beat selection. I noticed he went back to some older style type of beats. That I thought that was pretty cool. A couple of these songs were the couple of these different beats on the songs were very different from what he's been doing lately, but not abnormal from what he's used to using. You know what I mean? So I was glad to hear that again and see that pop back up. Um, so if I think what else? So I think I think it was that one, and that one was the one that I liked for that. But that's the thing that I've noticed about Fonny. Like he definitely will give you those radio sounds and then the mixtape sounds, and I think that's good. I think Uno kind of on this one he tried to give you more radio sounds on all of these, like cool type of radio type of sound, like vibes type of I don't know type of just vibing, chilling type of sounds, but just like a radio style of it. Yeet, I feel like it's just kind of like zanned out, leaned out, off of drugs, all on Percocets, all just what I'm saying, like he just I don't know, it's just wild. Like I don't know, just having a good time, I guess. But his album was straight, but it's very long, it's lengthy, it's definitely lengthy. But if you notice, a lot of the songs are very short too, so D Savage, he gave you a lot of like radio type of sounds. I like that. I like the radio type of sounds. All right, so now that we're at the end of the video, basically, if I graded these on an A, B, C, D, F scale or something along that lines, I would say overall, I would give this D Savage tape. I'd give it maybe like a because I don't remember it so well. I give it like a C plus C plus, and then if I go back and re-listen to it, it has potential of maybe a B minus, just because I don't remember it so well. C plus, B minus type range. The Yeet album, I would give it probably honestly. The Yeet album, I'd give it like a. It's hard to describe how I'm gonna grade this one. Like I would give it like an A or a B honestly, because it's a pretty good album. Like I really like the album, but the fact that I can't understand a lot of what he's saying and like a lot of what he says honestly doesn't make sense when he's like rapping, like whatever he's like but it harmonizes and it sounds good and like I really vibe with it. Like I like it a lot, but I can't. It's hard for me to give it like an A or a B. But at the same time, the fact that I like it and it is that type of style and sound, you have to give it an A or B. So I guess if I had to give this one, I'd have to give it a B. I'll give it a solid B, just because I can't give it an A because off of the simple fact that there's sometimes some stuff just doesn't make sense that he was saying on these songs. This Uno one, the Uno one, I would give it a solid like C plus, C plus, almost a B. I give it a C plus. It's just a little bit too repetitive. Some of the songs were a little bit just too repetitive. Like he was really cool. He was really like nice on the like his vibe. Like yeah, I can tell he's a flashy type dude. Like it was nice. Like it was a solid album, but I give him like a C plus. almost a B minus, but more so a C plus, close to the B minus, just simply because some of the songs was a little bit too repetitive. Like the hooks were a little bit too repetitive. On Fonny's tape, I'm gonna be honest with you. I give Fonny's tape a good solid B plus to an A minus. To be honest with you, a B plus to an A minus. The reason being is because it has a good variation of radio hit type songs, and then um, his old school type of like style that he originally had. Like maybe like I know this is the one that I've most recently listened to, obviously because due to the dates of how everything dropped. But this one, it was more memorable. Number one, number two, there were some more songs that I was like, let me throw that one on repeat, and I remember more bars about it. And then this one I vibed to more. This one I enjoyed listening to more. This one I had more songs that I was like, yeah, I like that. This is I like hearing this. This reminds me of such and so song or whatever. It wasn't like too far off of how he originally started. It wasn't too different. This one is probably the better of all of them. And I think it's the most slept on. And on top of that, I really think Fonny is the most slept on artist out of all of these. I really feel like Fonny himself should be almost one of those mainstream artists. But I think part of it is he wouldn't if he did go mainstream, it'd be harder for him to give us that raw mixtape type of vibe. So like this song, I for sure like Big Santana. If you go and listen to that song in particular, that's going to be a song that you would stop hearing songs like that from Fonte if he went mainstream. You wouldn't hear anything like that. What's another one? Or something like First Degree. Like those two right there, you probably wouldn't hear any more Fonte songs like that if he went mainstream. Or like, but something like this Bebe song right here. That's a good mainstream song. That's why I love the fact that he got LC Levi on that because LC Levi is another artist that is really good at making those type of hooks that are catchy. They sound nice. They're good. Because LC Levi and I made Backseat Shawty, and that's a song that was like my very first song that was like it just got numbers and just kind of went up. But that's why that's a good song, and the fact that it has a him on it and a feature and it's together. That's a good radio hit type of song where two artists hop on it, keep that underground but mainstream still type of style, and be able to make a song and kind of put that mainstream sound on the map so that you can have a song like this on the radio and potentially probably a song like this, but that a song like this would more so be on like a satellite radio station, which is still possible, something like that. That's what I think. That's probably something that's they're trying to work on, or they should work on, or maybe I just gave away $1 million idea. I have no clues. But either which way, uh, this song right here is a good radio hit type of looking example, and this song here is a good underground type of example song. And I like more songs on this album. It was kind of short. It was straight to the point. It gave me a good range of styles. Probably like a good even mix. I'd probably say like I heard more radio type sounds or songs, so I'd probably say like maybe like a 5 to 3 song ratio. How many songs are on there? 8. Yeah, like a 5 for the radio type style and 3, 4 songs for the underground type of style. But that that's a good way to put out a tape. It's short, it's simple, it's sweet. Like you put it out there and you have a good mix and a good variety and you satisfy all your markets of your customers. This was an excellent tape. I give this one a solid A or a solid B plus, probably an A minus, probably for sure. The only reason I wouldn't give it like a straight up A, like A plus, is simply because it wasn't pushed out and promoted and put out there as much as I feel like it could have been and should have been. But that's not necessarily his fault. It's not. So that's the only thing. It's just the promotion behind it. Even down to like just some of the songs are like when he tries to do his like radio type style. I can tell it's something he still is tinkering with. He still got to work on and figure out how he's gonna maintain him and make that radio style type of sound. But I really like this album. I think this is I really like to see this more of this from Fonny in the future. I really want to go ahead and make the 1,000 band capsule album, but hey, I keep hitting them up about it, and the fans hit them up about it. Y'all gotta let them know that y'all want to do that. So that's about it. This is all I got for you guys, man. It's a little bit longer of a video. It's about 20 minutes long. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll have some more stuff like this out to you guys. Um, Continue to add to the Patreon. I've had some more support added to the Patreon crew, so that's awesome. I'm trying to be as active with those guys as I possibly can. So they're helping me out, giving me ideas for you guys for videos. So continue to support me. Give me a like, give me a dislike if you dislike it. Just interact with the video so the algorithms will work in my favor. Um, and let's just continue to build and work together. And again, I love all these artists. These are all great artists. I listen to all their music clearly. I'm a fan of all of them. I like their music. I will continue to support them and listen to them. And this is just my, my thoughts and my opinions on their recent, music. And I'll continue to do little things like this and kind of see what you guys think and go from here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Continue to support me if there's any comments or any things that you want to see, any tips or tricks or any other types of videos. Just go ahead and add it in the comment section, and I'll go ahead and try to get it done. So that's all I got for you guys today. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.